Hello, and welcome to the Football Information Hub. We're thrilled to have you join us today as we embark on an exciting journey through the origins and history of football. Across this series, we'll explore the roots of this beloved sport, its evolution, and its current status as a cultural phenomenon. Today we'll be delving into the birth of gridiron football, the remarkable individuals who shaped the game, and the rise of professional football. If you find value in our video, we'd really appreciate it if you could give us a like and subscribe to our channel. Don't forget to share our video with other football enthusiasts. Your support means the world to us. We'd also love to hear your thoughts, so make sure to stick around until the end and leave us a comment. Now, without further ado, let's get started on our journey through the captivating world of football. Football, as we know it in the United States, is a unique blend of two ancient English sports, rugby and soccer. But to give it its official name, we call it gridiron football, a tribute to the vertical yard lines that grid the field. It's a sport that is as American as apple pie, yet its roots stretch across the Atlantic, entwined in the traditions of Old English pastimes. Let's take a step back to the late 19th century. The year is 1869, and players from Princeton and Rutgers gather in New Brunswick, New Jersey. They're here to hold the first intercollegiate football contest, a game that closely resembles soccer, with rules adapted from the London Football Association. It's a humble beginning, a far cry from the spectacle we associate with football today. As the 1870s rolled in, football found its footing amongst the elite Northeastern colleges. However, Harvard University chose to dance to a different beat. They stuck with a rugby-soccer hybrid, fondly known as the Boston game. But things took a turn in May 1874. After a match against McGill University of Montreal, the Harvard players found themselves drawn to the rugby-style rules of their opponents. In 1875, Harvard and Yale played their first intercollegiate match, marking a significant milestone in the history of football. The rugby style of play was a hit, not just with the players but also with the spectators, including Princeton students. The game was evolving, taking on a distinct shape and flavor. Football was no longer just a modified version of soccer or a rugby-soccer hybrid, it was becoming a sport in its own right. A sport that was about to undergo a major transformation, a sport that was ready to step out of the shadows of its English predecessors. And so, the stage was set for a major transformation of the game led by a man named Walter Camp. Walter Camp, a Yale undergraduate and medical student, would become known as the father of American football. Diving into the late 19th century, we find Walter Camp, a young man with a passion for the game and an innovative mindset. As a Yale undergraduate and medical student from 1876 to 1881, he not only played halfback and served as the team captain, which was equivalent to head coach at the time, but also played a crucial role in shaping the sport we know today. Camp's influence wasn't confined to the field alone. He was the guiding force on the rules board of the newly formed Intercollegiate Football Association, or IFA for short. Under his stewardship, the IFA introduced two key innovations to the fledgling game. Firstly, they replaced the opening scrummage or scrum, a chaotic and often dangerous melee, with a more orderly start to play. Secondly, they introduced the requirement that a team must give up the ball after failing to advance a specified distance within a certain number of downs. This rule added a strategic element to the game, forcing teams to plan their moves carefully and adding a new level of excitement for spectators. But Camp didn't stop there. He was instrumental in introducing other key elements of the game, including the 11-man team, the quarterback position, the line of scrimmage, offensive signal calling, and the scoring scale. These innovations transformed the sport from a rugby-like game into the unique sport of football we know today. While revolutionizing football, Camp also led a successful professional life. From 1888 to 1892, he coached the Yale team to an impressive 67-2 record, all while working as an executive at a watch manufacturing firm. This remarkable man, who balanced a demanding job with his passion for football, truly earned his title as the father of American football. His contributions to the sport were not only innovative, but also enduring, as they continue to shape the game we love today. While building a successful career as an executive, Camp was also shaping the future of American football. In 1920, the American Professional Football Association, the precursor to the NFL, was founded in Canton, Ohio. From its humble beginnings, the professionalization of football was set into motion. This era marked a significant transformation in the sport's history, shifting the game from college campuses to the national stage. The early days of the American Professional Football Association, or APFA, were characterized by a sense of experimentation and evolution. The teams were mostly local, the players often held other jobs, and the rules were still being refined. Yet the passion for the game was undeniable, and the seeds of what would become a national obsession were planted. By the mid-20th century, the APFA had evolved into the National Football League, a name that reflected the growing stature and ambition of the sport. The NFL was steadily gaining momentum, attracting top talent and drawing larger crowds. However, it was not the only game in town. The American Football League, or AFL, emerged in 1960 as a formidable competitor, boasting innovative gameplay and a flair for the dramatic. This rivalry between the NFL and AFL sparked a new era of excitement and competition, culminating in the first Super Bowl in 1967. This landmark event, a clash of titans between the NFL's Green Bay Packers and the AFL's Kansas City Chiefs, captivated the nation and cemented the Super Bowl's place in American culture. In 1970, the NFL and AFL made a monumental decision to merge, uniting the two biggest football leagues under one umbrella. This merger marked a turning point in the history of professional football, exponentially increasing the sport's reach and influence. The NFL had grown from a smattering of local teams to a national powerhouse, with franchises in every corner of the United States. The merger also marked the end of the NFL's early era, and the beginning of its modern age. It was a time of rapid growth and evolution, laying the foundation for the NFL we know today. The NFL had emerged as a major force in American sports, but its rise to the top was far from over. Today, with 32 member teams, the NFL is the largest football league in the United States. The sport that began as a rough-and-tumble game on the campuses of the Northeast has evolved into a national phenomenon. It's a Sunday ritual, a reason to gather with friends and family, a topic of conversation in every corner of the country. Football, in its current form, is more than just a game. It's a cultural touchstone, a shared experience that bridges geographical divides and brings people together. From the high-stakes drama of the playoffs to the spectacle of the Super Bowl, football captivates the nation like nothing else. It's a sport that has become synonymous with American identity, a testament to its enduring appeal and widespread popularity. And the numbers back this up. Let's look at some statistics from a 2018 Gallup poll. According to this poll, 37% of US adults named football as their favorite sport to watch. That's more than 3 times the number who prefer basketball, which came in second place at 11%, and over 4 times the number who chose baseball at 9%. These figures tell a compelling story. They illustrate the extent to which football has permeated American culture, becoming a cherished pastime for millions of fans. They underscore the sport's dominance, not just in terms of viewership, but in the collective consciousness of the nation. Football's popularity extends beyond the television screen too. It's a sport that is played and enjoyed at all levels, from the Pee-wee leagues to the high school gridiron, from college stadiums to the professional arenas. It's a sport that inspires passion and loyalty, that stirs emotions and ignites rivalries. It's a sport that transcends the action on the field, becoming a part of our social fabric. With 37% of US adults naming football as their favorite sport to watch, it's clear that the game Walter Camp helped shape has a special place in America's heart. It's more than a game. It's a tradition, a passion, a way of life. It's America's favorite sport. As we wrap up today's exploration into the world of football, we encourage you to share your thoughts. Maybe you have burning questions, or perhaps there are topics you'd love us to delve into in future videos. If so, please let us know in the comments section below. We value your input and enjoy getting video ideas from our community. Your opinion on today's video is also important to us. Did you find it informative, entertaining, or inspiring? Don't hesitate to share your thoughts. If you enjoyed today's video, give it a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel. This way you can keep learning more about the captivating world of football and share this passion with others who might be curious about the sport. And that's not all. In the description below, we've added some links to additional football resources that you might find interesting. Thanks for being part of our journey into the heart of America's favorite sport, here on the Football Information Hub. Your support is what keeps us going. Stay tuned for more exciting content, and until next time, keep the football spirit alive.